Hey, how you doing out there? I wanted to share with you something. First, I want to talk about a few things this morning. And for those of you that just tuning in, don't know who I am. Hey, this is people call me Pastor V. Thank you for tuning in to Verus TV. I wanted to share some things this morning as I'm just driving along on my journey. And this is looking at and talking about, looking at the perspective of when you get older, in your 50s and your 40s, your 50s and your 60s. Things that does not fit you any longer, it's okay to let them go. Them meaning the situations. It's okay to, if friendships have changed in your life, it's okay to walk away, not being bitter, but just moving on with life, because life is really short. Life is so short. And we say that all the time, but the truth is, it really is. And it does not, I don't see anywhere where, again, there's a U-Haul behind a hearse when someone has passed away with all the stuff that they've gained in the world. The only thing they have left is their memories. They're dead. A person is dead. They no longer, I haven't spoken to anybody to find out how it is, but I believe that, listen, the state of the person is they're no longer here, no longer exist on this earth. And we should look at life like that too. Like, no more time to sit and ponder why certain things didn't work out, why people didn't like you, or why you didn't like them. It's just a moment in time. And we have to keep going. We have to keep pressing. Can't get caught up in the hype of what was or what is to come. We just got to live day by day. I'm going to be very transparent, because I feel like, to me, doing my lives or doing any type of video, it's therapeutic for me. All my life, and I'm quite sure some of you who have held down positions at a job, or maybe an entrepreneur, or some people didn't have to work at all. God bless you if that was your story. But that wasn't mine. I had to work my 9 to 5. I had to create wealth for myself, and I'm still doing that. But at the same time, I just realized that as you get older, you just don't care about certain things anymore. It doesn't affect you in the same way. And some people desire to be a part of a big organization or just something so that it can validate them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But I don't desire those things any longer. I don't desire to always want to be a part of something. As we become more seasoned in life, I value peace. I value that time where I can have peace of mind, where it's about the little things in life that makes me happy. It's not about the big things any longer that makes me happy. It's about the little things in life that makes me happy, that keeps me pressing, that keeps me moving forward. And you may feel the same way. You may have your own thoughts of what you want to tolerate. I saw someone the other day on a social media platform talking about the same thing, about how at this age, certain things you just won't tolerate, like bad company, right? You won't tolerate if a relationship is not working out. Hey, it's not working out. Move on. And that can go with a friendship relationship, or some type of, if you're dating, if things don't go right, then you have to move on with life. It's just what it is. And I'm so there now. I'm so in that space that I don't desire to be in a room where people, that they tolerate me and that they don't celebrate me. I'm just there now. And it doesn't even move me if I know for a fact that the person or persons may have had a conversation or two about me. Now I laugh, because to the degree that I need acceptance from anyone should be to the degree that I'm affected, and I'm not affected by it. And I pray that you are in that space too, as we age, as we get more seasoned in life. The things that used to bother me, it doesn't bother me any longer, because I have bigger fish to fry. And I'm quite sure you do too. All right? Think about it. How is it going to affect your life? Are the people that may have some type of gripe with you, are they paying your bills? Are they coming by to make sure that you're good? Are they taking care of you? If the answer to any of that is no, then that's my answer and my feeling towards, do I really care what people think? The answer is no, I don't. And it's sad to say that. I am a minister. I love the Lord. But I do understand that people come and go. Even in church, you have church members that come and they really have a heart to serve. And at some point, somewhere in the rubber meeting the road, things may go awry. They decide they want to go somewhere else. That's fine. Let them go. I'm so in that place in my life where I respect my peace over having people in my life that I'm not benefiting from. And so I don't know about you. I don't know where you are in this stage of your life, but I understand that stress can be a major issue on your body. Stress can make you do a lot of things. Some people who may not drink may overeat, like me. I love to eat, right? I mean, I know you see it. And that's a part of, I think, handling pressure and stress. Some people like to talk about it. Some people like to vent about it. I'm just in a space where I'm just true to sharing my truth. That I don't have to tolerate people, and you shouldn't have to tolerate people if they're not benefiting you at this stage of your life. And friendships change, people change over the years, and it's no need to get offended. Offended for what? Every day there's a change. Every day you look in the mirror and see things changing on you, right? So if you're looking and you're seeing things change on you, your body, maybe we have a couple of more gray hairs than we normally would, or maybe we see a little spread, right, going on with your body like I have, and things that are going on. Maybe your eyes, right? My eyes aren't as sharp as they used to be, so I wear glasses. It is so many things that we could go on and on and on about change. And one of the things that I really truly understand about change is that it's going to happen whether you're ready or not. And I believe that through the timing of changes, there's just a season where I know for a fact that I don't want to be around people who are toxic. I don't want to be around people who bring bad energy to me. And I don't care, ministry or not. You know, the Bible tells us that we have to love one another, right? The Bible tells us that, you know, a lot of things. We can have patience, kindness, meekness, right? Long suffering. And the greatest of all of the things, right, of the fruits of the Spirit is love. I can love a person, but I can love them from a distance. We can love people, but we don't always have to sit at the table and eat with them. Think about Jesus. Jesus with Judas. Judas was the betrayer. He was the one that betrayed Jesus. And although Jesus knew he was going to betray him, right, Jesus allowed Judas to sit at the table. He sat at the table. He ate with them and all that good stuff. Well, we're at a stage in our lives where we don't really have to sit at the table with the people any longer. We can just allow them to bless them, pray all Godspeed, and to move on with your life. And that's where I'm at. I'm in that space and I'm in that place. And I just wanted to rant and rave about it today. You know, my time was taken up. I had other plans for today, and everything got turned around due to a series of events that was not of my doing. And so I decided to take this time, this opportunity, just to share, just to say, listen, you know your worth. We talk about that all the time. I know my worth. Well, I don't really want to say it's really about your worth. I just want to say, you know the space that you're in, and you know how you feel about your life, and how you feel in your body, in your Noah. If something is not sitting right with your spirit, you have the opportunity. You have the opportunity to change it. You do not have to sit in the seat of despair. You don't have to sit in a place where you're not wanted. You don't have to sit in a place where you're just tolerated. And I'll share a quick little story with you, and then I'm going to head on into the gym real quick. You know, I have I do foster care, so I have some foster children in the home, and I had a foster child who really wanted to have a pajama party. So I allowed her to have a pajama party, invite some of her friends over, and it was like a couple of young ladies, and everybody was so happy to be there at first, and I saw that just the joy, right, that they felt just being there. And then I noticed that there was one young lady who didn't look so joyful. I didn't know what was wrong. I didn't know what was going on. But in my spirit, I picked up that something wasn't right. And I noticed that she was, the young lady, she, by the time it was time to go home, she was ready to go home. It was almost like she couldn't wait. She was anticipating that moment to be able to go home. And so I asked my foster daughter, I said, what happened? I said, what shifted? She tells me, she says, I don't know what happened. It's just, I don't know. That's all she kept saying. And I thought to myself, I said, I said, well, I'm going to tell you like this. I said, it's sad when you invite somebody over, you want them to be a part of what you're doing, and then you treat them bad. I said, I don't know what has happened, but I can tell that something is not right. I could tell that something shifted. But she was ready to get out of there. She had her stuff. She had her belongings. When it was time for me to take her home, she had her belongings like so tight to her. She had her roller skates because I took the kids roller skating. And she had her belongings right next to her. She was so ready to get out of that situation. There were other young ladies that was a part of the pajama party. But for this particular young lady, you could just see the anticipation with her running to get out of the environment, with her wanting to get out and do something different. And it made me think about just now, like, you know, as I'm telling the story, it made me think about us at our age. Now, they're only in their 11 or 12 years old. They're still, you know, pretty young. But it made me think about the situations with us. We don't have to stay in toxic situations. She was ready to get out. She was ready to make a sprint. And she felt, I guess, that, hey, things didn't go the way that she thought, and she wanted to get out of the situation. And I feel like I just wanted to share with some of you this morning, because I don't know where you guys are in your life. I don't know where you ladies are as it, you know, your thought process. And some people are already saying, well, I don't have that many friends, and well, I cut them off a long time ago. I understand that. I understand that some people are quicker than others to let people go, because I can be like that too. I'm pretty flexible with letting people go. I'm pretty flexible with, you know, washing my hands of people. But I believe in this season, God is still pruning people out of our lives, and we should be okay with that. We should be in a place where we're really okay. I know that there are a lot of people who have offended me or have said things about me that were not true. And you probably have been in the same situation. And what I do is I don't take it to heart. I look at it. I kind of like put it in the file cabinet of my mind. And it only validates, right? It only gives validity to the reason why I feel a tug in my spirit to shift from being with certain people in the first place. Because you may have outgrown them. You may not be in that mental space any longer. And it is okay. It is better than okay. There are times in our lives where we have to give ourselves the permission to walk away from things that do not serve us. And I feel it so strong today to share it, that it's okay. If what you were doing last season, you know, was great, and you want to do something different this season, then by all means do that, because no one's going to come and rescue you. And no one's going to, you know, help you, assist you in changing your mind. You have to be proactive about your own life. And I did not, it's like almost take your power back. I just want to run that past all of you today to take your power back. Take your power back to make decisions. Take your power back to say no. Take your power back to say yes to yourself. Take your power back to understand what season that you're in. Take your power back. Everything, and I got to say this for the believers out there, everything does not have to be so super spiritual. I am a believer. I am a leader in the Lord's church. I am someone who I did not call myself, but the Lord called me to minister and to preach the gospel. But I have a balance in my life to understand that there is a real world. This is the world in which we live in. We are spiritual beings. We have to govern ourselves accordingly on the earth. And it's sad to say, but I have a lot of friends, a lot of people in ministry that I know that everything is so super spiritual. Meaning that I am a believer. I believe in healing. I believe in deliverance and signs, wonders, and miracles. I believe in all of that. But I believe in the practicum. You must do something. You must have faith to make things manifest, because without faith, you don't have anything. Without faith, it's impossible to please God. In other words, if you don't have faith, how can you even believe in a God that you don't even see? But you have a belief that he existed. So I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but I just had to throw that in there. I think that I'm getting a little bit frustrated with those who they're so super heightened in spirituality, but they're not super heightened in where they are and locating where they are in their spirit. Make sense? Not locating where they are spiritually, not locating where they are in the world, in the earth realm. I know that there's a lot of people, and I don't know why I'm just talking about a lot of things this morning, but I sense that there is change, and some people are going kicking and screaming. There are areas in my life that I'm really quick, and I can really go in, and I have no problem with cutting people off. Cutting them off. What does that look like? What does that mean? That means that if there is some type of confrontation, or we are not meeting eye to eye, I respect that person's wishes and I give them their space and I move away. I shut myself off from being in that person's environment. I shut down everything that we had. It's almost like there is a mechanism in my brain that says, okay, this person had a front row seat in your life, and now they need to go to the balcony, or they need to be put out of the whole auditorium. And I can do that. And then there are times when God will say, no, you shouldn't do that to this particular person, but just give them grace and mercy. And we need to know what season we're in. You know, people say that, oh, well, you need to know what season. You need to understand the seasons and times. Well, I believe that how you know what season you're in, certain things give away. It's when you feel like a whole lot of chaos is going on. Then that's a moment in time when you have to make a decision, where you have to shift things in your life. You have to sit back, ponder the thought, and wonder, what's going on? How should I handle this situation, right? What is going on right now? I need to do something about this. And when you feel that, it's time for you to make a decision. It's time for you to make a move. Some people that I do know that are super spiritual, they always talk about change, but they never do anything to change. But they hype you up thinking that they're going to change, and they hype you up thinking that they're going to make a move, and they never do. And so, the Bible talks about knowing people by their fruit. And we have a saying out in the streets that says actions speak louder than your words. And so even though a person may say something, you don't see the evidence until you see them make a move. And so I think in this season, it's that time. It is that time to make moves. It is that time to do what you say you're going to do, to practice what you preach, to understand that there is times and seasons in our lives. And I feel like this is the time when it's time to make a move. You got to change things, or nothing is ever going to change. You got to work on your mind. You got to work on your body. You got to work on everything. You got to work on your soul. Everything about us. It is that time where it is really time for us to to understand where we are. And if you have to cut people off, if you have to move on and let them talk, people are going to talk anyway. Those people and they, who are they and who cares about they? They don't even exist. They are not even worth talking about. They, who are they? They is a done deal. They is a dead situation. They have no place in your life. They are a they for a reason, because they're over there. Over there meaning that they're not in your life. They're not in your circle. And so we have to let go of those things. And I am at that place where I feel such a peace, because I understand that I've gotten that memo a long time ago, and I'm okay with it. I am okay with people that were down with me as far as ministry or friendship in one season, and then they walk away the next. I've learned not to ponder. I've learned not to sit and try to understand, try to figure it out. I've learned not to sit there and try to analyze and even have a conversation, because certain things that are already understood don't need to be explained. I got that saying from my son. All the things that are understood don't need to be explained. And so if I see that you're moving different, if I see that we don't have communication, if I see that the person is not supportive of the things I'm doing, because everybody's out here trying to get their hustle on. People who are into a ministry, or people who are entrepreneurs, people who are creating businesses and all those things, we all want someone to what? Support us. But I understand that everybody is not going to support, and people that are closest to you will not support what you want to do. It's just that simple. It's just, listen, it's the truth anyhow. People that are close to you, they do not really want to support what you're doing. They don't. They'll say, oh, girl, you get it. Oh, you're doing your thing. Or you got to check yourself when people around you are doing things. You got to support them if it's in your spirit to do. But I just felt like today was a day to have a conversation about letting things go and getting to that place where you're okay with it. Believe it or not, your stress levels, your health, all of that is an indicator of how long, how healthy you are on the inside. How healthy you are with the decisions that you make. And it's not about, some people think that the drive is always to be famous, or the drive to share content is about trying to get a monetary gift, or, go monetize different platforms. But I believe there is a wealth of information out here in these streets that each one can teach one. I always say that because no one knows it all. But the thing that I think is a universal thing is to have the ability to understand that when you are not of use to anyone, you will see people change around you. You will see how they distance themselves, and it's okay. When you are no longer needed, you will see or feel yourself being discarded by those that used to want to be in your presence. And you have to be okay with that. And I believe and I pray that we are all in that space where it's just, it's time for something totally new. It's time to relocate mind, body, and soul. It's time that you upgrade the things and the services that you want in your life and the things that you want. It's time to upgrade how we show up in our lives. And I get it that someone will listen to my rant today, my little rant, I call it, because it's really not a message. It's just having some conversation, some dialogue, getting out what I'm feeling. And some people may discard it and say, yeah, I hear what you're saying, and they never make a move. And then those of you that truly understand what I'm feeling, and you probably are in that space as well, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and make it happen. Make it happen, because I have and I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna be honest. I desire to share a lot more content. I've shared a lot of things on Facebook for like over 7 to 8 years. Did not realize I should have put it all over on my YouTube channel. Because my goodness, I would have been monetized and all those things would have happened by now, because I'm talking a lot of content that I have placed on my Facebook page. But nevertheless, I believe that if I had to really share anything with anyone today that I hope that would kind of like hit them between the eyes, is the fact that whether you're saying it now, whether you say it later, you're not alone. We all go through life. It's just about us pivoting. It's about us pivoting when the time prevails, right? You have to pivot in your life. You have to shift. You have to be redirected if things don't go the way that you want it. Like today, my thought was I was just going to get up. I was going to go to the gym earlier today, and I had prayer. I had prayer every day at 5 o'clock. Well, I'm sorry. I get up at like 5:45, but the prayer call is at 6. So generally I get up early. And so the point I'm making is everything got shifted around because everything didn't go the way I wanted it. My foster daughter was late getting up. She must have had a really great time this weekend. So I had to end up taking her to school. That cut in on my own time. That cut in on my personal time, my business time. I have a business meeting at 10:30 that I have to be there in person. But I had wanted to get in my workout before I did that. And so all I'm saying is that in life, there will be always times of distractions, or things will be thrown in the mix. And then there are times when you have to sit back and reflect on where are you at in your life? Like really locate your feelings, your experiences, your thoughts, just take that time to process where you are. And I'm really processing. I am in that mode of processing where I am in life. And you have to be true to yourself. People say all the time, there's categories. You got your family and all that other stuff. What comes first, what comes second. My prayer is in this season that you put yourself at the top of the list of taking care of, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Because at the end of the day, you only get one life. And whether you are a type of person, we think about mortality. We think about those times of, one day you're going to leave here. People pride themselves on gaining a lot of friends because they feel like, that's what the right thing to do. And I believe that if you can obtain that in life, it's a beautiful thing. And if you have 2 or 3 good friends, that's a beautiful thing as well. But even if you have a packed funeral, with all the fixings, right? All of the trimmings, everything that goes along with it. If you have a slew of friends there, and if you don't have a slew of friends there, it's really not even about them. To me, this is my personal opinion. It's about the journey you had and the memories that you will never forget and experience. And so the memories that are there within your mindset, that's all you have in the end. So make your life count, make the things that you do moving forward be just extraordinary. And at our age, we have more years behind us, I've heard people say, than we do in front of us, right? I'm 58 and I'm looking at life and I'm saying, wow, I cannot live my life for others, and you cannot live your life to please others. When are you going to have that time to enjoy and smell the roses? Buy yourself some flowers. Do some nice things for yourself. Take yourself on a trip. Oh my God. Take yourself away for a staycation. Do something nice for you. Because at the end of the day, I've noticed, and then I'm going to conclude with this, you can do so many great things for people. And they'll tell you that you were great, right, for a second. But if they have a change of heart, all that you did good, all of the good things that you tried to convey, or you showing someone, I would say kindness, it all goes out the window when they feel like you don't matter anymore. So be good to yourself. That's what I want to say. Be good to yourself. And if you have to let people go, then be okay with it. Ooh, breathe in, breathe out. Put yourself first because you deserve it. Let go and be encouraged. That's all I want to say today. Let go of what you need to let go of and embrace what you have left. All right, this your girl. It's Vera TV. Wow. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button and share with your friends if you know someone that needs to be encouraged today. Be like, yes, this is confirmation. It should be me time. You know, people say it's about the people. No, at a certain time, it's about you, and enjoy your life because you're the only one that knows what you've been through and what you go through. So be encouraged.